Prologue, Heavy being Jackie, 15 years later, February 14th, 2015. Now, in the last episode, Heavy being Jackie would put the police on Low Mac. Low Mac would get 2 life sentences and 20 years in the state penitentiary. Heavy being Jackie would get an apartment in North Charleston. They would begin to work jobs and sell weed and crack on the low. Man, bruh, you sure that Jackie Ho gonna pull up? Neko asked Smoke as he puffed on the kush. Man, nigga, just chill. A few moments later, Jackie would jump out of the taxi cab and head into the house. As she began to open the door, she would be bum rushed from behind. Neko and Smoke would tie Jackie up and wait for Heavy B to come home. As they waited, Smoke would talk a whole lot of shit to Jackie. You hoes out y'all be so dumb. How you sleeping with the neighbor and the whole time the neighbor my cousin? Y'all thought y'all been low cause y'all moved to North Charleston, huh? That shit only 2 miles from downtown. Low dumb up. A few hours would go by when Heavy B came through the door, and with no hesitation, Heavy B and Jackie would be shot multiple times in the neck and chest, and the 2 gunmen would flee the scene and make their way back to Green. 4 hours later, Tevin and Danny Boy had been stalking the guy who killed Tevin's brother when he was just 5 years old. Tevin was 20 now. The guy Denmark had just been released from prison 2 weeks ago after only serving 15 years for Tevin's brother murder. It would be 4 o'clock in the morning on the east side, straight demon time, where the demons and the monsters are waiting in the ghettos. Denmark would be coming out of the corner store, drinking his very last orange juice. You could feel the mist coming off the Cooper River and hear the loud train horns coming off of East Bay Street. Many houses on the east side is made with porches that's built to the side because centuries ago that allowed the breeze to flow through the neighborhood from the Cooper River to the Ashley River. They also provided thousands of blind spots for murderous assassins. Denmark would walk past a dark alley when he felt something cool hit him. Then he heard the loud blast from the 357. Denmark would run in the middle of the street where another masked gunman would pop out from behind the car and chase him too. The 2 gunmen would put hot lead into Denmark's back as he ran. When he finally collapsed, Tevin would take off his mask and walk up to Denmark. Tevin had that look in his face like, fuck the world. This for low gotta, nigga. Boom. Tevin put a hollow point bullet under Denmark's right eye. Tevin and Danny Boy would run off into the night as it started to pour down raining. When they made it to the car, the guys would spark the kush instantly. Who that boy thought I been? I from back to Green, where we come and get you. Can't wait to tell Smoke and Neko about us. Smoke, Neko, Tevin, and Danny Boy will all be sitting in the front room smoking boom. Boy, I know Heavy being low got a casket smiling right now. Tevin blurted out. Word, but shit, we got the hood on lock now. We got the choppers on the balcony, and we done paint this motherfucker bloody. If a nigga ain't from back to Green, ain't no hustling around y'all unless he coping from us, Smoke told all the guys. Low 87 would be counting thousands of dollars while Shorty Mac cooked up some dope. Low 87 and Shorty Mac was sitting inside a single wide trailer in the middle of Remount Road. Being that Remount Road is one of the most busiest roads in North Charleston, many Mexicans would come from hand to hand to score dope. The rich white folks would come from Mount Pleasant to cop dope, and the workers from aviation would come to cop some dope. Low 87 and Shorty Mac had sold the hood up since they were youngins for the simple fact that Remount Road had just way too many crackheads. G Baby and Dante would walk inside the trailer and set their book bags down. Man, that corner store been beating. I just made 3 racks right there. G Baby told the guys. Dante just sparked the blunt because he was the quiet type. As the guys was bagging up the drugs, the door would come crashing down. Get y'all low whole ass on the ground, Smoke said as he pistol whipped Low 87. Fuck you, nigga. Boom. Smoke shot Low 87 in the abdomen. Alright now, the next time that gonna be your talk, Smoke told Low 87 in a calm, menacing voice. Low 87 and the guys would give up the dope and the money, and the shooters would eventually flee the scene. The guys would rush Low 87 to the emergency room where he survived. He would be in a shit bag for the rest of his life. A month later, Low 87 and the guys would be smoking weed, trying to figure out how they got robbed. Man, I know one of them niggas had BT tattooed on their hands. I couldn't see what the other last letter was, though. G Baby blurted out. You think it might have said BTG? Dante asked. Might have. Why you asked? Because my cousin do tattoos, and he just posts some of his work on his Facebook page of a guy who just got a BTG tattoo just a week ago. Word? Low 87 said, excited. Let's slide now. And with that being said, all the guys started loading up. 3 teenagers sat in the hallway smoking on gas and playing music on a very low volume. To your average person, they just looked like a group of friends hanging out. They actually were friends, but they were strategically placed there. It was 4 in the morning, so as they were chilling, they noticed 4 male figures across the field with all black on. Instantly, they knew it was foreign people because the secret rule in the neighborhood was that you cannot wear no black for that very specific reason. But it was too late. The 4 gunmen would begin running across the field gunning. Not only the teenagers shot back, but multiple guys from the second floor balcony would engage into the gunfight. The residents would hear 9mm, 40 cals, and multiple 4.5 ACPs being rocked out. The 4 gunmen would have to shoot their way out of the projects. Shorty Mac threw his mask out of the window and slapped another clip inside his 9mm. Damn, man, we can't do that shit again, bro. We gotta try another approach. March 24th, 2015, 3 days later, Smoke and Danny Boy was chilling in the Burger House parking lot, waiting on their food to come out, when a gorgeous Geechee woman walked past. She was about 4'11" in height, 130 pounds, and added 6 pounds to her behind. Hey girl, what's up? Before you knew it, the back doors of Smoke's car flew open as 2 gunmen emptied clips into his car. Smoke and Danny Boy would be struck multiple times, but manages to survive. Bruh, I just saw that nigga Tevin leaving the hospital. A random hustler off Remount Road was telling Shorty Mac over the phone. I don't know where he headed, but if you got any one of his drops, you need to go there now. As Tevin pulled inside his driveway, a car pulled up behind him, blocking him inside his driveway. And in a swift motion, a gunman would jump out sending shots through the back windshield. Tevin manages to let off 3 shots before he was struck in the back of his head and dying on scene. G Baby and Shorty Mac would have 2 little freaky tenders in one of their crack houses. The girls had just put on a good show for the guys. They packed their belongings, then left. Before they pulled off, they would drop their locations. As Shorty Mac and G Baby slept peacefully, 2 young shooters with empty 50-shot AK-47s inside the house. G Baby would be striking in the leg and arm, but G Baby would die a few hours later at the hospital. The 2 young shooters would be paid in 4 pounds of cookie and $10,000 for taking G Baby out. Smoke gave the 2 young shooters brand new Glock 35s, then sent them about their way. Smoke, Neko, and Danny Boy would throw a party at a local banquet hall in downtown Charleston. The promoters would bring out the whole Charleston County from North Charleston, Mount Pleasant, and James Island, even West Ashley. After the party, Smoke, Neko, and Danny Boy would be traveling up Meeting Street. They would stop to the gas station for some gas. Smoke would go inside the store, and before the door closed, Smoke would hit AK-47 rounds going off. Danny Boy would be slaughtered by the assault rifle. Dante had just left from chilling with Low 87 and Shorty Mac. He had to run to his house to grab more cash for the re-up. Dante decided to leave his gun because the police was on fire, and Dante could not afford another gun charge. When Dante entered the store, he would instantly spot the ops. Before Dante could run, Neko would hit him up with the 4.5 ACP, striking him 2 times in the chest. Dante would die on the scene. Smoke and Neko was cruising the city streets of North Charleston looking to bump into an op. Low 87 and Shorty Mac was also cruising the city streets of downtown Charleston looking for an op. Smoke and Neko would head up Remount Road. Low 87 and Shorty Mac would head up back to Green, and this would go on for 2 months. Then one day, Neko would go serve one of his friends from high school, then he would walk into a trap. Neko would be shot more than 20 times. 1 month later, Low 87 would be cooking dope inside the trailer. He had several crackhead smokers in the house with him. He would use them to go out and catch caps. One smoker's habit was so bad, he grabbed Low 87's handgun and shot Low 87 in the back multiple times while the other crackheads raided the house, then fled the scene. 2 weeks later, Shorty Mac would be trying his best to lay low and stay out the streets, but Shorty Mac couldn't do that because he had 5 baby mamas, so his hustle couldn't stop. Shorty Mac would be posted in front of the apartment complex when FBI agents would swarm him. They would find an ounce of crack and the gun that was used to kill Tevin from back to Green. Shorty Mac would get bagged on crack and murder charges. Smoke would be chilling on the back street with 2 of his young shooters. Smoke had been through a lot lately, and he was just glad that he could trust his little homies. But out the corner of his eyes, he saw a chrome flash, and he knew what it was. Damn, y'all, boy. Why us? For that paper, big homie. Boom. Smoke would fall back on the couch. As the 2 youngins was leaving the house, the youngest shooter who actually shot Smoke would turn the gun on his own friend. Remember you had that pocket full of money, nigga? And I was on my ass and you ain't give me shit, nigga? Boom. The fatal shot would drop his friend's body right next to Smoke's body. The young guy would go into his friend's pocket, take everything, then flee the scene. The youngin was so excited as he left the apartment because he just knew for a fact that he had gotten away. Maria would be sitting on her balcony when she heard 2 shots and saw one of the neighborhood kids running out of the house. When she realized what had happened, as the police arrived, she immediately called her homegirl. Girl, guess what just happened? Boy, your friends ain't shit, but I got some juice for your ass.